everybody, it's me Sameera. Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been so long. It feels like years before I made my announcement video about this channel changing and all that. So here is my first ever digital art video on YouTube. So for those of you who don't know and for those of you who are new to my channel, this is totally fine. But for those of you who have been all through these years, I think I owe you this little announcement in case you missed it. So I have been making digital art lately, especially comics and illustrations. So I thought, why not share one of my recent videos where I made a process video on how I turned myself into my comic character. To be honest, my character did evolve over time over the past couple of months. Just in case you're curious to see my comics, which I highly recommend that you should, because I just want to know what you think about them, just head over to Instagram and go to Salt and Sambar. I'll put the link in the description box below, and there you can see my comics. I've been making them over the past couple of months, and I do think that my taste and my style did evolve in these 2 months. So this is one of my very first attempts at making my comic character, or making my character in general. And this particular comic that you see right here has a major influence on how my cartoon character and my style changed ever since the making of this comic. I love the way the character is represented in this particular photo with this cute face and that cute angry face. So I kept that as a reference, and that on the top right corner of the screen, as you can see. So keeping that as reference, I wanted to make that as my signature character. Although at the time of making this video, that was what I thought, but later it kind of changed. There was a small tweak in the character style from the day I made this video to the present day. I feel my character has become more refined today. So in this video, I'll try to explain how I made my cartoon self, taking my real life self as my inspiration or my reference. First of all, these are not exact human proportions, because cartoons or caricatures are usually exaggerated versions of human proportions. So what you see is not how you draw a realistic face. As you can see, I have lowered the eye line just below. For those of you who are totally new, there is this thing where it's kind of easy if you draw a small circle and with a jaw at the bottom of it. I mean, that's the crude way in which I can explain how to draw faces, but of course I'm not an expert in this. If you are interested in knowing the exact anatomy and how to draw all that, I think you should practice a lot, or you can watch some YouTube videos based on that. A channel that helped me a lot in this was Proco. I'll try putting the link in the description box below of that exact same video. So at this point, I was just loosely sketching out my character, and this is just a sketch layer, and on top of this I'll be doing the final inking layer. So usually I do this on paper, but at this particular point of time I thought of doing it digitally. Most of my works till date are digital, but I'm thinking to switch back to traditional drawing and inking, and probably digitizing it and coloring it later, because I feel it saves a lot of screen time and I feel my strokes are much more confident on the paper. Anyways, wherever you draw, it's the same principle, whether you want to draw on your paper or whether you choose to draw in digital medium. In my case, I'm using Photoshop. There was a point of time not long ago where I used to think that digital art is fake and digital art cannot be called as art. That's probably because I was ignorant and I did not have proper knowledge of digital art. But now that the time has evolved, and with a lot of experience than before, I started to respect all forms of art. So as you can see, I was undoing a lot of my steps and doing them again because I was not happy with the strokes. I was just pressing Ctrl Z if you're curious to know. And this particular cartoon is also very loosely done, although it took a lot of time to figure out the face, the proportions. There must have been about 2 to 2.5 hour work on how I came about with drawing this face with these proportions, because that particular comic that I showed you, that the one with the cute character on the top left corner of the screen, that was, I guess, a coincidence, and I just wanted to have a front face which resembles the side face that was in the character over there. I hope I make sense. Anyway, I started inking the topmost layer. Like, this is the top layer and nothing should be a mistake over here unless you're inking traditionally. In that case, then you should just allow mistakes to happen. But in this case, because I have the scope and the choice of undoing things, I just wanted to go for perfection, although I wouldn't recommend that all the time. The whole idea is to maintain the proportions, like maybe loosely maintain the proportions, but in this case the head is way more larger than the body, but that was what I was going for. I think it's based on how you interpret the reference and how well you're able to observe the characteristics and put them in your character. Even the minutest characteristics matter. Like, for instance, if you can see, I do have a lot of curly hair, and that's why I had to, it's my signature curly hair thing. Like, I put that all the time on the side. I think that makes me unique, and I think it's a very unique character of mine. So here's another example of how I did myself. This is my YouTube picture as well. So although I wasn't entirely happy with how this turned out in comparison to the previous one, I just wanted to show you the quick process video of how I did this. It started with the loose sketch, like I said. I was also trying to make sure that there is a certain resemblance in the cartoon with the original character or the reference pic, but not exact. Like, it shouldn't be realistic because that won't be a cartoon then. Certain things like bag or a camera or something that defines you as a person, or something that's there in the reference pic that you wouldn't want to exactly copy but you'd want to include it in your cartoon. So these are the two versions of myself. Let me know in the comments which one of them you like better or you like the most. Personally, I like the first one better, the one with the pink dress. But I think the second one also turned out good. Also, let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more drawing, cartoons or comic related videos in the future, because I am planning to make them. Alright, if you like the video, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel in case you're new to my channel. I'll see you guys very soon. Bye!